Hello, Exit Nation. This is Key. In this video, I want to share with you the benefits for you, the agents, if you choose to participate in the 10-week program. I want to give you a sense of what it is, how it works, what are the benefits for you if you choose to commit to it, how it works. And for some of you, there may be some value here if you choose to actually take it on. And I'm going to explain to you a concept called how do you take a class as a boot camp. So let's get to it. Most of you either know me through your broker or through Exit International. My name is Key. I'm a mindset trainer with Exit. I've been around doing training for about 20 years. My commitment is to nudge agents out of their comfort zone. I'm well aware that a lot of our agents who do not ask for business consistently do not do so because they're lazy. No, that's not the reason. It's because it's outside their comfort zone. There's a fear of rejection. There's a lack of confidence at times. And there's this gray, it's almost like a fuzzy place where agents are waiting to build this confidence. And I want to make sure you understand that there is a way to develop the skill of confidence. In fact, confidence itself is a skill. So let's talk about that. About 5% of agents end up developing what's called a production mindset. Let's call it a fishing mindset. They learn how to actually get a rod, get the fishing line, get the hook, get the bait, and learn where to go fish, and they learn to actually fish rather than wait for somebody to do the fishing for them. This is a business of go-getters. The challenge is when you're new to real estate, because maybe you lack confidence, or maybe you don't have all of the scripts, or maybe you don't have all your ducks in a row yet. What you tend to do is you tend to simply be an order taker, basically work with buyers. And you show them homes, and there's money there if you find the right buyers. Sometimes you work with 3 or 4 before you find a good one. That happens. That's the reality. That's the turnover in the United States. So this overfocus on buyers does not grow your inventory. What is inventory? Listings. Remember, buyers can only buy what is for sale. Therefore, sellers have to sell before buyers get to buy. In the United States, we do about 5 to 5.3 million listings a year. So that means 5 to 5.3 million homeowners will sell their home for some reason in their life. Sometimes it's a positive reason, sometimes it's divorce, sometimes it's health, sometimes it's a promotion, sometimes it's moving to another state. So 5 to 5.3 million listings happen each year. But the number of buyers is between 8 to 12 million. What does that mean? That means that there's a bunch of buyers who are not going to buy because they either cannot find the property they want within the price range they want. They need to be under 350, and all there is in the market right now is above 500. They can't buy, so they end up renting. So the inventory is where we go fishing, and that's why listing agents always make money. Have you noticed that the top agents who are rewarded every year with awards and recognition tend to be listing agents? The majority of them, if not 100% of them, are listing agents. They learned how to fish. We call that prospecting. We call that asking for business with confidence, not arrogance, confidence. And believe it or not, all of these ideas are skills. And I want to show you how this 10-week program was designed to build that muscle of confidence. You have to work it. There's some activities you have to do. There are things you need to do to build the confidence of asking for business consistently. And it takes a mindset to hear no and not turn it into a negative. And that's why this program was designed. The reason our agents do not have listings and sales is not because they're lazy. It is simply because they're not asking for business enough. If you just learn to ask for business consistently, week in, week out, and learn the methodology and the scripts, the way to say it in a non-salesy way. Remember, we don't want you to become manipulators. We want you to become organic advisor. You're not a salesperson. You're a real estate advisor. But you have to ask for the business. When you learn to ask for the business, you build the confidence to ask for more business. And when the no's are happening, they start becoming logical. You go, oh, I see. For every 10, 15, 20 no's, there's a maybe that I can turn into a yes. Okay, so that's the game. That's how you fish. So every cast that you put into the ocean is not going to bring you a fish. But if you go to the right spot and you cast enough, you will catch. And that's the mindset. The reason a lot of our agents become what are called order takers rather than go-getters is because of the fear of rejection. And it's very real. A lot of agents, become really worked up when somebody says no to them. They take it personally. And I can totally understand that. That makes complete sense. The thing is, if you don't put it in the right perspective, if you don't realize that the no that you're hearing is not a no towards you, it's just a no of the business. For every 100 homeowners in the United States, only 5 or 6 to 7 are going to sell their home. That's it. The other 90 plus are not selling. They're not saying no to you because you did anything wrong. They're just not moving. So if you ask them, are you thinking about selling your home? And they say no, they're not rejecting you. They're not moving. Learning how to take that no and put it in the right compartment and realize, wait a second, I'm not doing anything wrong. My job is to ask consistently in a non-salesy way, build my confidence, and the yeses will happen. The people who have the yeses don't get pure yeses. They don't ask for a business and they get yes. Ask another one, they get yes. No, they hear no, 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 yes. No, 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 yes. That's the business. But it takes a mindset. It takes a plan of action. The fear of rejection is overcome by having the right scripts. The fear of rejection is overcome by having the right plan. The fear of rejection is overcome by knowing how to approach potential sellers, potential buyers. That is how you overcome it. But you cannot overcome the fear of rejection by hiding from it. You actually learn to dance with it. You learn to take it on. And that's why this course was designed. This course was designed to help you build your confidence, not your arrogance. This is not fake. This is learning certain tips and tricks of knowing what to say, how to say it, the energy of how to say it. Then you tweak it to your own words, and then you put it out into the world. And then you start developing the mindset. Aha, I'm in the business of asking. All right, that's my job. All right, I'm going to do that. I'm now confident to do that because now I have a script that I practiced. I actually wrote it for my own style. That's the mindset of this course. I really believe personally that all full-time real estate agents, if they wanted to, they could win a Bronze Award every year. What do I mean by that? Well, a Bronze Award is 25 transactions per year, which is roughly 2 deals a month. I really believe that every agent is capable of doing 2 deals a month. But you can't do 2 deals a month just with buyers. You'll burn out. It's impossible. Now, there's from time to time you find some who are really doing well. Or, by the way, or they're like agents who work for a builder who's building homes all the time. We're not talking about that. We're talking about traditional real estate. Traditional real estate, if you try to do 25 deals, simply working with buyers, you'll burn out. So that means you have to mix in listings. Here's a number I want you to keep in mind. If you learn to consistently get 10 listings from people you don't know a year, so 10 listings a year, about one listing a month, from people you don't know, you will always make more money than you have now. In fact, the moment you commit to a minimum of 10 listings a year from people you don't know, I'm not talking about your cousin Vinny who's selling his home. That, of course, you want to take that too. You want to do that business. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you prospecting, finding 10 homeowners who say to you, yes, we're going to list with you. We're ready to sell and we're going to pick you. If you find 10 people a year like that and you list and close their homes every year, you will always actually close 20 to 30 deals because listings create more energy. Listings create more business. And the reason our agents don't develop that mindset is because they have an iffy mindset. They question themselves. Well, of course, if you don't have a good plan, if you don't have a good scripts, if you don't have good approaches, you're going to question yourself. You may not have good business planning. Maybe your day is not as planned as well as it should. Maybe your week is not planned as it should. Maybe you lack self-discipline. Maybe you need some accountability. And maybe you have some inconsistencies in your implementation. You don't follow up properly, maybe because you don't have a proper CRM. You don't know how to use your CRM properly. These are all ideas that can be fixed. All of these things I'm talking about are skills. You don't have to be born with them. You develop them. You become them. You don't wait to be given them. You become them. So, before I go on talking about the summer program that starts in June, I just want to give you a sense that I do two different programs and I do them back to back. So right now I'm in the spring program, and when the spring program ends, I go into the summer program. But the two programs are different. So I do two different programs a year and I rotate them between them. So the spring program that I'm finishing, if you're in it, let's say you're in that spring program and your broker brings the summer program, the methodology, the way we work is the same, but the topic of the classes will be different. So there are 10 classes that are different for one and 10 classes that are different for one. But the methodology, a live session every 2 weeks, a self-directed class, a Facebook group, all of that stays the same. So the winter, summer program, these are the topics. The spring and fall programs, those are the topics. I'm just giving you a few of them. I actually cover a lot more than that. But let's talk about the summer program, the one that is starting in June. That program is about developing the mindset of a prospector, becoming a production person. Production. The bottom line is not effort. Yes, there is effort. You have to do some work. But the bottom line is always outcome. We got to get the bacon. We got to get the listings. We got to get the sale. We got to have them sign on the dotted line. That's the bottom line. We have to get to the bottom line. And that means we have to be consistent about asking for business over and over and over again in a way that helps us be in front of enough people that we get the listings and sales we want. So we're developing a production mindset. So let me give you a sense of the classes I'll be covering. So first of all, there are 10 sessions in the summer program. 5 of them are self-directed. Self-directed simply means that once your broker registers, he or she will give me a roster of the participants. And every 2 weeks, you will receive an email telling you this is the video of the week that you're going to do on your own. You'll get a handout, you'll get the video, you get to watch it, you get some homework, and then you go out and actually do the work and then bring it to bear. Then every other week, there is a live session. So self-directed session, live session, self-directed session, live session. The live sessions will be in your office, and you will come to the office on a Wednesday. Like the first live session is June 14th. You'll be in the office at 11 a.m. We want you to be there a little bit early. And then there will be a live session, not recorded, live, where I bring a topic. So one of the topics could be, how do you use an open house to generate listings? I mean, that's one of the best way to be. If you're a new agent, this is one of the best way for you to start developing what's called a prospecting mindset. Can you imagine doing an open house? What do people think about open houses? They're about buyers. People coming in to look at the house, to buy it. Well, there's another level. There's the neighbors around at home. And the neighbors are potential future sellers. So there's a prospecting strategy that layers these two ideas into becoming a prospecting agent. But you have to learn the script. You need to know what to say. You got to have a good flyer. You need to have branding. You need to know how to approach the door. You need to know how to approach the phone. So that would be a live session. So the live sessions are about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. Then after the live sessions, a lot of brokers stay with their agents and they work together on what they just learned. And they take those ideas and they go and implement them into the world. So these are the dates. The first self-directed session is June 5th, the week of June 5th. And then we alternate between them. So really your commitment is 1 hour a week, 1 hour in the office with your broker and your colleagues, and 1 hour on your own. And most of you, if you're full-time real estate agent, can integrate that into your business because this course is your business. See, this is not something you do in addition to your business. This is your business. The strategies you're learning in this course are implemented right now in the market where you are. A farming strategy is your business. Working your CRM to follow up is your business. These are not additional classes on top of your business. Now, of course, if you have another job other than real estate, well, you have to decide whether you can commit to doing that. But I'm talking right now to people who are planning to be full-time or are full-time. So all of the classes, the live classes, there's 5 of them, are Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. We want you to be there 15 minutes early at the office, and it will be live via Zoom in your office. I ask you then to sign a pledge. Now, if you're going to do this class as a boot camp, I'm a firm believer in ownership. You see, you don't work for anyone, really. Well, except for yourself. You are the boss of your business. And therefore, you taking ownership of your business matters a lot. And why I designed the pledge is to help you take ownership of it. It's you saying, production and getting business and getting sales is my business. I'm going to take it on. Let me show you what the pledge will look like. It's very straightforward. This is the agent pledge. There's nothing to it. Now, some of you may be asking, do I have to sign this pledge to be in the class? No, I don't require you to do it. I'm asking you to do it. The reason I'm asking you to do it because you're taking ownership of your business. And for me, those who do always tend to do better. There's ideas in this pledge about how to run your thinking and your business and your approaches properly. They will help you grow your business. So consider it. You're not required to do it. When your broker registers in the course, you'll be receiving it, review it. I encourage you to do it because here's what I found. Those who actually sign the pledge and do the pledge tend to do better. Why? I know why. It's because of ownership. When you own your mind, when you own your business, you tend to do better. Now, let me give you some of the classes. There are 10 classes. I'm going to go over them very quickly. By the way, there's a document that will be with this video. If you're watching this video on YouTube or in my website, there will be a link. And the document looks like this. So before I go through the classes, these are all of the sessions, the 10 sessions of the spring program. Of the summer program. For those of you who are in the spring program, you will see that these classes are different. They're not the same classes as the one we're doing right now. I told you I have two 10-week programs, and I rotate them throughout the year. So if you want a 3-page document that has all of the classes, you will see there's a PDF you can download. But let me go through them very quickly. The first self-directed session is about branding yourself. How do you tell your story? How do you tell who you are to people? What is your internet marketing bio? How do you put one together? What are the keywords and the ideas that you have to integrate in your self-directed bio? Now, this class, as you notice, is self-directed. It happens when you sign up. Part of the pledge is a link to this video. And what you do in that video, there's a handout, which is about 5-10 pages. And then there is the video. And what you do, you go to that video and you watch it that week. There isn't a specific time you need to watch it. As long as you complete it that week, you're fine. That's why they're called self-directed sessions. Okay? So that's the first one. Then the first live session is on June the 14th. And this one is about the prospecting mindset. How do you develop the thinking of a prospector? What are the approaches? What is the business of real estate? How do you become courageous about getting listings? How do you develop the time blocks? The little blocks of time during the day that you have to do that will help you get listings and sales. What are the habits of a prospector? What does it mean to have me time in the morning to plan and run your day? So the first session will be about the prospecting mindset and about how to have a plan of action, a time block per day and per week. So that's the first live session. You notice it's 11 a.m., 10 a.m. Eastern. We want you to be in the office 15 minutes before or earlier. And we want you to stay after to work with your success partner. So the class is about an hour and 15 minutes. The week after that, you will receive from me a self-directed class. This one is, now that you have your bio, now that you know who you are, should you have an elevator pitch? What is your elevator speech? How are you going to introduce yourself? It sounds like a simple idea, right? Well, did you know that agents who know how to introduce themselves develop more confidence over time? This is not about arrogance. This is not about puffing up your chest and making people feel like you're bigger than them or better than them. No. This is about you being able to introduce yourself in a thoughtful, deliberate, respectful manner so people get to know your value proposition. In fact, a good elevator pitch has different ingredients in it. What are those ingredients? How do you put them together? What are some sample scripts? And then I ask you to put one together for yourself. By the way, it's only 30 seconds, but it could be the longest 30 seconds of your life. If you don't know what to say, you're going to wing it. This idea that we need to wing it is a bad idea. We need to have a little bit of structure. And here's what happens. When you start having scripts for how you run your business, then when you wing it, those ideas will just happen. Because you've done it so many times. You've said it so many times. You can wing it. But if you're new and you're winging it, you'll be doing a lot of and people will go, does she know what she's talking about? Does he know this business? Am I talking to the right person? You don't want that. You want them to know that they're talking to the right person. So that's self-directed 1.5. Now, live session 2, we'll talk about phone canvassing, which is a skill. Learning how to handle the phone, not just answering it, but actually making calls out, especially calling people you don't know. Learning how to master that is an essential skill of real estate. There are two major skills: talking to people face to face and talking to people on the phone. You have to develop them. Yes, there is a passive way of engagement, which we call using a text, an email. But those are passive. They're not active. Active is I'm talking to you face to face or I'm talking to you on the phone. That's where you can then set up the appointments. So we're going to learn a Bravo technique. How do you take scripts, make them your own, and engage potential different types of people looking to buy or sell in a way that keeps you grounded, that keeps you not only engaged, they're engaged now with you. We call that phone canvassing, and how to have a daily approach. Then the week after that is a self-directed session, a session you do on your own. And in this one, we're going to learn the most difficult script. This one is called the Huff and Puff script or the response script. See, the truth of the matter is, if you walk up to someone, you knock on their door, they open the door, they're polite, they talk to you, and you ask, by the way, while I'm here, have you thought about selling your home? If they're thinking about selling their home, they will probably not say yes. But they will probably also not say no. They will huff and puff, meaning they'll go, well, you know, they start doing that. They're selling. That's the first thing you need to know. They are selling. They're not sure about you. They're afraid if they say yes and you're not the right person, they get stuck. So guess what? They huff and puff. And this is where you have to learn how to respond properly with a value proposition, with an appointment setting, and an engagement that makes them talk to you. You want to go from, I'm not sure about you, I don't know you yet, to yes, you're the right person for us. We're going to list with you. Yes, we are selling. My husband and I are getting divorced. We need somebody to help us with the selling of our home. But they're not going to say that to you from the get-go because they don't know you. So guess what? Your job is to learn this script. Again, I did say this is the most difficult script to learn. But within this script, there are what are called the 4 parts. And if you learn what the 4 parts are, you will start seeing a pattern. They are all connected to all of the other scripts that make top producers do really well. And that's the mindset. That's why we do a whole class on that. And you'll be doing this class on your own with the handout. Then you'll be doing a homework, and then you're going to be sharing it with us. Then the third live session is called open house canvassing. Let's say you're doing an open house. What's the purpose of an open house? Well, you may think it's about buyers. It's not. A proper open house is not only about buyers, it is also about meeting the neighbors. Actually, the neighbors getting to know you. We call that branding yourself at the local level. And guess what? We're not doing enough of that. The few that are doing it are doing really well, and the majority are not doing any of it. And it's a shame, because open houses can be a great source for future business. In fact, I always tell agents, the purpose of a listing is not to sell it. If you price it right, it sells itself. The purpose of a listing is to get another listing. Do you see why listing agents do well? Because with each listing, they create an environment where they're going to get another one. So you're going to learn the scripts, the approaches, the mindset, the conversations, the engagement. And remember, all of my scripts are non-salesy. What I mean by that, there are no gotchas. You're not doing anything to make people uncomfortable or make them do things or make them, none of that. We learn how to engage organically with everybody at the neighborhood level. Then the session that follows that is called session 3.5. We'll learn how to overcome procrastination. It's a fact of life. That's just developing a resilient mindset is work. It's an investment. In our industry, we keep thinking that people who have procrastination are lazy. It's not about laziness. It's an emotional decision. A lot of the people who are struggling with procrastination or time management are struggling with the emotions of the activity, not the activity itself. And if you learn how to overcome it and develop a resilient mindset, it would not hold you back. It may hold you back a little bit, but it does not stop your day. It allows you to keep moving forward. So there's a mindset. There's a way to learn how to do this in a very productive way. And again, you heard me say this before, it's a skill. It's something you learn how to develop. Then the fourth live sessions that we're going to do, we're going to talk about CRMs and lead conversion. You got to have a proper CRM. You got to know how to use your proper CRM. You got to integrate your CRM with your phone. It has to be one and of the same as you and your CRM. You should become one with it. But you need to know what to say. So even if you have a lead, let's say your broker gives you a lead from the internet. Well, your job is to know what to say, how to follow up, how deep to follow up, how often to follow up, and when not to follow up. So there's a lot of techniques that will help you take a person who is on the fence or thinking about it, but they haven't made a decision who to work with, to pick you. So that would be live session 4. Then the last self-directed session that follows that, it's called, how do you develop the decision to become a listing agent? What is it? Becoming a listing agent is a decision. What are the things you need to do to immerse yourself in that mindset and become it? What are all of the things you have to put together? Now, as the course is going, you're learning to put some of those Lego bricks. You're taking the Lego bricks of the classes we're learning, you're putting them together, and then you get to this class and all of a sudden it starts to fit. We call that developing the mindset of a prospecting listing agent. And once you learn it, you're now free because you can make money wherever you go. If you only rely on order taking rather than go-getting, meaning going out there and getting the business, your confidence would never be as high as it should be, because the currency of sellers with agents is confidence. They smell it on you. If you don't have it, they can be polite to you, but you're not going to get the listing. And our job is to learn to work that fine line between confidence and avoiding arrogance. We don't want to be arrogant. We want to still be respectful, but we want them to know if they list with me, it's a done deal. Their home is sold. Can I show you how we can work together to make that happen? Then the last live sessions that we do is called, how do you canvas in a neighborhood where you want listings, but you don't have an open house and you don't have a listing yourself? How do you go out into a neighborhood and start farming it to find future sellers? We call that long-term farming. And you have buyers in your office, but you need to find them homes. What are the scripts? What should you say at the door? What should you say on the phone that will cause that person to interact with you? And if you heard me talk so far, are you noticing a thread? The thread is we're in the business of asking for business. We have to ask for business. We have to learn how to ask for business, and we have to assume that we're going to develop that skill because it is a skill. We have to stop thinking that some people are born salespeople and others are not. That is not true. When people do that, they're confusing arrogance for confidence. The fact that somebody can just talk to anyone does not make them effective. It just makes them somebody who can talk to anyone. And you can be a buffoon and talk to anyone. That is not the skill I'm talking about. The skill of confidence is a skill where you realize that when you came to the real estate business, you didn't come to wait for the phone to ring. You came to make the phone ring. You came to make it happen. But the skill is not an on or off switch. This is why this is an immersive time-space training. It takes 3 months to slowly build up that confidence. It takes a while to implement one block of time blocking, one block of CRM, one block of asking for business, one block of learning what to say on the phone, one block of having an elevator pitch. All of those things. These little blocks in of themselves may not seem big, but when you put them together, you're starting to build a career. And this is where you become the person who has to take responsibility and take ownership of your business to grow it. Because at the end of the day, you are it. You're the one who is going to make this decision. I can't make you attend. I cannot want success for you more than you want it for yourself. Even though all of us want you to do well. We all want you to do well. But at the end of the day, the person that has to have you do well is you. And you may say to me, but Key, I don't know what to do. Well, this course was designed to slowly help you build the building blocks to get you there so you can start doing that, so you can learn what's called self-motivation. Now, here's what I want you to do. You don't have to do this. If you choose to participate in this course, if your broker brings it in, well, you're choosing accountability. Don't think of accountability as punishment. Think of it as something that will help you grow your business. And part of this accountability is I created a private Facebook group for each session. And at the end of each class, you will learn a script. Then I'm going to ask you to take that script and record a video that you're going to tweak it to your sound. You're going to take the script, tweak it to your words. You're going to write it. You're going to feel good about it. And then you're going to record yourself doing that script. Why do I ask you to do that? Well, it's very simple. Because if you start practicing and watching other practice, you tend to do better. Let me show you what the Facebook group looks like. Very straightforward. This is the community page for the spring one. This is the one we're in right now. And you'll notice as I scroll down, you will see agents with their videos. They learn a script and then they record themselves. Every time they record a video of themselves, they get better. Why? Because you had to force yourself to write the script. You had to force yourself to say it. And then you had to force yourself to record yourself. Well, guess what? You're building confidence over time. This is why if you're going to choose to do this program, do it as a boot camp. Here's the commitment, basically. Once a week, you do a class. One of the weeks you do it on your own because you'll receive an email from me, self-directed. The other week you come to the office and you do it as a group with your other fellow agents so that you can work on your business and you can grow your business, and collaboration is good for you. As you're doing that, you will take the assignments and you're going to do the best you can. That's it. That's all I want you to do. That's the commitment. I know one thing. Those who do the things I ask of them to do to the best of their ability always tend to do better. Don't let perfection be the enemy of progress. Progress is what you want, not perfection. Don't ever worry about perfection. Perfection happens on its own. You focus on making progress. Learn a new idea, do the best you can with it. learn a new idea, implement it, and learn to do the best you can with it. So these are once you join, once the program is in your office, you'll receive an email like this that helps you join the Facebook group so you can do the work. That's basically the program, what I just shared with you. Let me end with this idea. We tend in life to procrastinate. We tend to delay. There's no perfect moment to get started. If you're in this business right now, learn to ask for business right now. Okay, Key, I've been around a couple of years. I never learned. Doesn't matter what happened in the last 2 years. Start right now. Start where you are with what you have. Take action right now. Action is your friend. Make the most out of the tools that come from your broker, from your trainers, from your colleagues, from your success partner, and focus on progress. Focus on getting better. Don't focus on getting perfect. And as you do, you'll start getting results. Those results will start validating that you have what it takes. As those results start building, your confidence will increase. That becomes currency. Currency meaning that the sellers and the buyers will find you very attractive. They go, I'm working with someone who knows her stuff. I can work with her. She is thoughtful, she listens, but she is courageous. She knows the business. And guess what? That's how you become a top agent. This is why, unfortunately, in the United States, 80% of agents meander. They do 1 to 2 to 3 deals a year. They complain about the market. They complain about their broker. They complain about everybody. And the rest develop that called production mindset, and they're free. They go fishing. In their mind, today's a good day to go fishing. Let's go get the listing today. I hope I explained the course well enough for you to consider it if your broker brings it to your office. And I hope to see you in my classes. You take care, my friend.